The Fort Worth Fire Department is being investigated by the Civil Rights Division of the U.S. Justice Department for discriminatory hiring practices. But to this point, no one within city management has seen the investigator who is supposed to be in town. An investigation was initiated because of the low number of blacks and browns in the fire department. Fort Worth firefighters have only 2 blacks and no browns at this point out of 580, although several minorities are in training now. If the city is found to have discriminatory hiring practices, they could lose all or part of $10 billion in federal funds for various programs now in effect. Fort Worth is not the only fire department being investigated. The Justice Department is looking into the Dallas situation and other major cities. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move in Fort Worth.
Well, the state has numerous alternatives. They could go to a statewide property tax. They could go to additional sales tax. They could go to income tax. They could go combinations of those. And all of the possibilities have different impact on a large metropolitan school district. The impact of each one is different depending on the size and the wealth of the school district.
Most definitely not. Our pollution levels have been declining since over the past 4 years.
Why have our pollution levels been declining over the past 4 years?
This is many factors involved here. The cooperation of industry's willingness to install control equipment, and the new control devices that are being installed on the automobiles have helped also.
He's been called one of the most amazing athletes in the National Football League. A guy 36 years old, going on 22. Chuck Howley, now beginning his 14th season with the Cowboys, and he gets absolutely incensed when anyone suggests this might be his last year.
I think so, Verne. I think I enjoy playing the game, and I enjoy doing it the way, I'm capable of doing it, and this is what I'm trying to do now, to get in shape to perform like I have in past years.
Just from casual conversations that you and I have had, I get the idea also that you are in pretty darn good shape this year.
Well, I think so. I think that this year, I think I'm concentrating more on being in shape than I ever had before, mainly because if I have slowed up, which I doubt, people say I do, but I don't know. I'm trying to take off a few extra pounds in hopes that this might improve my quickness a little bit. So this is what I'm striving to do. I've lost about 10 pounds since coming into training camp, and I thought I was in pretty good shape when I got here.
Chuck, has your time in the 40-yard dash remained fairly consistent in recent years?
I think it is. I timed, I think, maybe a little bit faster this year than I have in past years, according to Coach Stubbs. And this was, very enlightening to me because I've been running anywhere from a 4.9 to a 5 flat, and I think I hit a 4.95 once this year on a 5 flat. So my speed's there on a straightaway.
Chuck will be in the starting lineup Saturday night when the Cowboys face the Oilers. Indeed, it seems as though he has been in the starting lineup for eons. He is back again in '72. Verne Lundquist with the Cowboys from Thousand Oaks, California for Channel 8 Sports.
Well, basically right now I can see it'll take a center. That's the main thing I think you were missing last year. You had the potential to be great. You have two of the best guards in the league, probably in either league. You have two fine young forwards. And all of us, I think, agreed on our team that if you had a center, we'd be afraid to play every night.
For most of us, the place for an empty bottle is in the garbage can, but not if you've been bitten by the bottle bug. Collecting bottles is second in popularity only to stamps, and the collectors treasure their bottles as they would diamonds. Some of the bottles are just about as expensive, too. The highest at the show is priced at $1,000. Common cost hits the $50 to $100 range. But what do you do with a chipped-up medicine bottle that reads Spavine Lament for Human Flesh or Mrs. Windlow's Soothing Syrup? Nothing, the enthused collector answers. You just look at them and brag. But to collect takes work. The Dallas collectors have their own private garbage dump where they dig for old bottles. The location is a strict secret for fear of raiders. They're convinced that the bottle craze is catching. As one collector put it, go on a dump dig. The bottle bug will bite you when you find one good bottle. Martha McIntyre, Channel 8 News on the Move at Market Hall.
I felt, very good. Of course, the other night, it's got to me a little bit. I've taken a lot of kidding from the guys from getting knocked out again, but it's, overall, I've felt I had a good training camp up until the All-Star game, and I feel strong and very confident.
Do you have any idea or any recollection yet of what play you were injured on?
Yes, they saw it in the films. It was I think it was 3rd and 6, and I had that pass called, and the receivers went too deep, and I started to run the football, and I think I got a first down, and I got hit on that. I remember getting up after that, and everything was really hazy, and I played 3 or 4 plays, and finally I just couldn't recollect anything, and it really wasn't until the second half until I really knew what was going on, and it's a lousy feeling. That's the second time now in 2 years, so they got a special helmet for me now, so that ought to do it.
Robert, all right.
Your tough movement is going to be the last part.
Go in the middle. Don't fade up here.
4-3. Set. Hut.
Come on, God, turn up.